This show is made possible by support from Landsharkz.ca. Visit them for all your coin and swag needs at www.landsharkz.ca. And by viewers like you. Thank you for your donations. What can we do when we can't cache? Introducing a new way to have fun with your GPS on this episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. Hi there, and welcome to Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. I'm Icenrye. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the show, welcome to the family. What this is me, my camera, go caching, film it, throw it together with a few hints, tips, and tricks, upload it to the internet so you can download and watch it at your own leisure. If you're a regular viewer, thanks for sticking around. I appreciate your viewership. If you'd like to get a hold of me, my email address is geoicenrye@icenrye.com. My website is icenrye.com. There you'll find show notes, links to previous episodes, and all kinds of really great geocaching and other stuff. So, what's new? Well, hey, welcome to 2008. It's a brand new year, and as you can probably tell by now, the show's taking a little bit of a change in format. I'll be changing a few things around. I'll be playing over the next couple months. So let me know whether you like it, dislike it. Email me, geoicenrye@icenrye.com. So the first thing you're going to notice is the show's going to be a little bit shorter. I'm not going to go with the full half-hour format. I'm going to try and shorten it down to about 10 to 15 minutes. However, I am going to try and come out with more shows. I'll go for 2 shows a month to start, and we'll just see how it goes from there. Now, also, I'd like to introduce my co-host. Come here, girl. Most of you remember this little pumpkin. Most of you remember this little critter from my Christmas video. Yes, Roxy's in the room with me today. Hey, Rox. You want to turn around and say hi? Say hi. Say hi to everyone. Say hi. Yeah. All right. Okay, I got to get back to work. So another personal chatter, hey, special thanks has to go out to SquamLoon for being my Secret Santa this year. For those of you who don't know what I was talking about, the PodCacher forum hosted a Secret Santa contest, and SquamLoon was lucky enough to get me. And somehow he managed to hook up with local PG cacher Stormcloud, and it came up with quite a way of getting their cache to me. The short version is it somehow got up here, ended up in one of our local caches. It was a very fun find. As a matter of fact, if I reach behind me here, here's SquamLoon's PodCacher coin, which would like to make its trip back to Squam Lake, New Hampshire. So it's going to be starting its journey soon here from Prince George. And also, he has a trademark item. He likes to take pictures of an Eiffel Tower. So he sent me this Eiffel Tower pencil sharpener that I'll take with me when I go caching, and I'll post this in as many pictures as possible. Again, thank you very much. Your gift was greatly appreciated. Well, that's about enough for the chatter now. Let's get on with some major geocaching news. Geocaching news. Well, there's basically one big story right about now. And if you've been following any of the other geocaching podcasts, by now you know about the new Garmin Colorado GPS receiver. From the website, we read, this rugged advanced handheld is packed with detailed topographical maps for all your hiking adventures, not to mention 3D map view, a high sensitivity receiver, barometric altimeter, electronic compass, an SD card slot, picture viewer, and color display. So this sounds like an absolutely wonderful unit, and I cannot wait for my local Garmin dealer here in Prince George to get one in stock so I can go play with it. So if you'd like a lot more information, visit my website Icenrye.com, where I'll have links to the Garmin site and a new site started up by Groundspeak, which will be a game involving this particular unit. And also make sure you check out the Geocaching podcast hosted by XPunkX on episode 43, where he and Daryl W4, the Cache Maniacs, went into quite a detailed discussion of the new Garmin Colorado. So that's it for news right now. Let's get into YouTube videos. We're going to have one last WWFM video on YouTube. This was the big compilation put together by Pablo Mac. Previous to the unit, Pablo had written the organizers asking him to send video to him where he was going to throw it together a little bit something, and it turned out quite well. So I'm going to feature a couple minutes of here on my show, and if you'd like to see the whole thing, come to my site. I'll have links to Pablo Mac's YouTube page where you can watch the entire video. So thanks to Pablo Mac for that great video. Pablo, your contributions are always appreciated. So now, let's give away some stuff. It's time for the iTunes comment contest. Alright, time to give stuff away. It's time for the iTunes comment contest. And if you don't know by now, how it works is real easy. Go to iTunes, look up Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine, leave a comment. I check out once a month, throw everybody's name into the hat, draw out a name, give away a prize. This month, I reach into the prize barrel. And courtesy of show supporters Landsharkz, we have a 2007 British Columbia geocoin here to give away. Absolutely lovely. Very rare collector edition. And it also comes with a pin. I'll throw that in. And I got a few stickers and a couple other goodies that come courtesy of Landsharkz.ca. Landsharkz.ca, check them out for all your geocaching swag, coins, and other fun items related to geocaching. Okay, so we got the magical hat. We're going to reach in, shuffle everything up. Tons of entries in here. Put the hat down so we don't spill anything. Dum dum dum. Sound the fanfare. And this week's winner, Team Islanders. Hey, know them very well. They're actually local cachers. All right, guys. You know the routine. Get a hold of me, GeoIcenrye at Icenrye.com, and I'll get the stuff to you. So remember, if you'd like to enter the contest, go to iTunes, leave a comment. I'll check through them, throw your name in the hat, draw it out, and maybe you can win a prize. Alright, time for the meat of the program. This month, I'm featuring a GPS game called Shutterspot. You may have heard of this on other podcasts. What it is, someone goes out, takes a series of pictures, publishes them on the net, and you have to go and find out where the pictures were taken. If you get within about 100 meters or so, you give them credit. And you can play it like a game. Pin the tail on a donkey. Who can get closest to where the actual picture was taken. It's a fun sport. I really enjoyed setting it up. So let's sit back and have a look. Shutterspot from gpsgames.org. Just out on a nice sunny day playing with my camera here. And about to get into a fairly new game. It's called Shutterspot. Now, some of you may remember one of my older episodes where I was talking about GPS tagging, where you take data, your GPS receiver, and combine it with pictures that you take. Well, what Shutterspot is, it's a new game that's offered on the GPS games. I'll have links to it on my website. What you do is you take a series of pictures. I've just taken 3 pictures of, well, Mr. PG, there's a casino down on my left, and there's a directional sign to my right. I'll publish these pictures on the internet, and what a person has to do is find out the exact spot where all 3 pictures were taken. And the only reference they have is the actual picture. Well, that's enough for now. We're just going to take off here. I'll bring you along for the tour, show you some famous Prince George landmarks. We'll take some pictures, hook them up with the GPS, get the exact coordinates where the pictures were taken, and then once we're all done, I'll see you back at the Icenrye studios. We'll show you what to do next. Meanwhile, van's this way. Catch you back at the studio. So we're back in the Icenrye studios now, and time to upload our pictures and create our Shutterspot. So the first thing you have to do is go to gpsgames.org and sign up for an account. It's free. So once you're at the main page, just click on the Shutterspot logo here. And before we upload the pictures, I'll quickly show you how you play the game. So when you go to Shutterspot, it'll bring up this central dialog. And just simply fill in the information. What country am I in? I'm still in Canada. In British Columbia, and let's click on Show Shutterspots. And this brings up a list of all the Shutterspots here in British Columbia. And well, 9 of them are mine, and there's a couple down in the lower mainland. So the sport's still in its infancy, but it's growing every day. So let's show one that I don't know. We'll grab this Lakeview one here. So you'll come up to the detail page. You'll have the name of the Shutterspot, the owner, where it is, and what's called the disguised location. And what that is the coordinates, but the numbers are scrambled. So you have one picture here, and that's the picture there. And your task is to go out and guess exactly where the photographer was standing when he took this picture. And as you can see down here, there's a hint, just like GC. You have your little decoding box down here, and you can use that to figure out some extra details. So once you've gone there and you figure out where the picture is taken and you've marked your coordinates, you come back and you click on Log Your Find. And in order to log a find, you simply put in your country, the province or state or wherever you are, and the coordinates you came up with. Where do you think the picture was taken? And comments if you'd like to add something to the log. When you're done, click on Submit. And if you come within 100 meters of the actual location, you'll be credited with a find. So what we're here to do is create a Shutterspot. So just come down here, click on Create, and Country, put in our current province. City, I like to leave it on Let Web Design decide, because you're going to be putting in the coordinates anyway. So it's going to figure out where the picture was taken. Title, give it a title. And comments, a description of what the area is like. Or you can put in directions on how to get there or what the Shutterspot's all about. Here's your area for putting in a hint if you'd like to give them an extra hint. And a secret code. This is similar to virtual caches and earth caches where you have to send information in to the owner to get a credit. Difficulty in terrain, any special equipment you need, and a whole list of attributes. Finally, you have a chance to upload 3 different pictures. You can enter a caption describing each picture. Once all is said and done, click Submit, and away it goes. So like geocaching, all your Shutterspots will be approved, but the approval process goes by fairly quickly. It'll come up on your listing, so we'll take a look at one of my own. So this is one of my Shutterspots, and in this one I supply you 3 pictures. You have the picture of the Chaco Cut Banks, Fraser River, and the old railroad bridge, and overlooking downtown with Cranbrook Hill in the background. And the road running next to it appears to be going downhill and around a corner with the bridge in the background. So your object as a player is to guess where exactly I was standing when I took these pictures. So as you can see, it's been found quite a few times. From everything from 6 meters away up to 97 meters away. Oh, you must have been on the wrong side of the highway for that one. And that's it. That's how Shutterspot is played. So check it out, Shutterspot at gpsgames.org. So something else you can do with your GPS receiver and a digital camera. GPS Games, host of Shutterspot. And check out some of their other games. GPS Poker, GPS Golf, and a couple others that we'll be getting into soon here in the Prince George area. And we're having a great time playing them. So that about wraps it up for this episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. As I said at the start, short and sweet. But look for more episodes coming out soon. So just before we take off, just a couple quick notes. First off, when you visit the website at Icenrye.com, you'll now notice a donation tab at the top of every page. This show does take a little bit of money to throw together, and if you get any kind of enjoyment whatsoever from this show, I really would appreciate some form of donation. I have set up a number of ways you can contribute to the Videozine. Something as simple as a one-time donation, or you can sign up for a subscription. The show is, and always will, remain free. I will never charge for content. However, if you do get enjoyment out of the Videozine, would you please consider supporting me? There are quite a few costs involved in the production of the show, from traveling costs to hosting costs, and, well, you know the routine. This stuff takes a little bit of money, and anything you can contribute would be greatly, greatly appreciated. So also, before we go, make sure you give me some feedback on this new format. How do you like the wide-angle shot? How do you like the shorter formats? What do you think of getting 2 episodes a month, or maybe even once a week, depending on how things go? You know the routine. Email me, geoicenrye@icenrye.com, or visit my webpage at icenrye.com and click on the Contact Me link. Well, that about wraps it up for this episode. At this time, I'd like to thank supporters of the show, Landsharkz.ca. Make sure you visit them for all your geocoins and geoswag needs. Landsharkz.ca. Also, I would like to send out a big, huge thank you to all the people who've already financially supported this podcast. Guys, I really do appreciate your donation, and I will be putting the funds to good use. I got some great plans for this show, and I hope to take it up to a new level in the near future. But in the meantime, and in between time, that's it. Another episode of Icenrye's Geocaching Videozine. So until the next episode, cache on. Oh, come here. Ah. Here's my new co-host, star of the show. Hi. Hi. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fade to black.